So Dr Arille, you have been a GP vet for over 25 years, I believe, and have been studying canine nutrition and specifically vegan dog nutrition for quite a while. So thank you so much for joining us and for having us here. Would you like to talk about yourself a bit, Arille, for those of you who may not have met you?
Yes, hello and welcome. My name is Arille, and as Holly said, I'm a GP vet, which means that I'm the one who loves to talk and listen and not be around the back giving injections and surgery to your dog. But yes, I'm passionate about plant-based feeding in dogs, but getting it 100% right as a vet. When you graduate as a vet, you have to say the Hippocratic oath, which says that the very first thing is you do no harm. And so that is my whole aim with bringing plant-based vegan dog food to the market, is that we in no way harm our dogs, because in fact, what I've come to realize with the intense research that I've done is that it's the complete opposite. Plant-based food in dogs leads to a much healthier dog in every capacity. The research has been done by Professor Andrew Knight, who's proved that vegan dog food is healthy, if not healthier, than plant-based food. He's got published papers that he published in 2015. And last year, in 2021, he published a paper stating the palatability of dog food is as good as meat-based dog food. This year, he's due to publish a paper about the longevity of dogs, that actually dogs on a plant-based diet do live longer. We already have proof of this with the very first vegan dog, Bramble in the UK, who lived till the age of 25. And she was just fed a whole food plant-based diet.
You yourself have seen positive differences, haven't you, in dogs who have transitioned to a plant-based diet. It's not just the scientific research, it's your experience of helping many owners transition, and the differences, the positive differences in their health as well. Is that right?
Absolutely, you're spot on. Is what you first get as a vet is you get dogs with all the dermatological cases. So you get dogs that are really, really itchy, and you have to change their diet because there's something that they're intolerant to, or they have severe gut intolerances where they're really sore. And actually, a plant-based diet is the kindest, best way to transition a dog that suffers from itchy skin or from gut intolerances, because meat and chicken and dairy are right at the top of the allergens that dogs are going to be allergic to. There are published papers that prove that it's not soya and grains that's right at the top, as most dog food companies want you to believe. But equally, yes, I've had so many wonderful owners contact me and provide me with the information about their dog having transitioned their dog. Some have had problems, and it's through looking at these problems that I'm able to address them and say, right, that means that plant-based diets have to have taurine. They have to, for heart health, they have to have high levels of vitamin D3 to help with the immunity, but equally that's so important for heart health. They have to have proper omega-3s. There's so many conditions that owners have put forward to me with dogs that have had problems that have made me look and think, right, that diet isn't adequate. It might be plant-based, but it's not adequate. We've got all the preferences there.
That's it. We have many questions, Arille, and I've just kind of seen a few here. So can I just, have we got time for a few shout outs and questions?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so welcome, Kathy. Thank you very much. So Kathy, April and June is there. And also, hi, Christine and little Teddy as well. Lovely to see you. Lisa says, hello, Arille, and she's put a heart there as well, so you have a good following. So we have a few questions here from Lisa. So Lisa welcome. I know that you're kind of new to Dogs Go Plant-Based. So Lisa says, hi, we're talking about now when, allergies to animal proteins, I think at the start when we were talking about reasons people might want to change their dog to a plant-based diet. Lisa says, when you say allergies you spoke of, I think to food. Is this the same or different to dogs suffering from environmental allergies? So I suppose, how do we find that out?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that would be for a completely different topic, but you're so right, is the top allergen is environmental. House dust mites is the top allergen, but you do tend to get dogs that are very sensitive to allergens, and those are environmental allergens, whether they be fleas, house dust mites, grass, etc. They do tend to be very sensitive as well to what's going into their bodies. And you do find that some of them tend to have sensitivities to quite a few ingredients. But equally, dogs with environmental allergens, and the big term for it is called atopy, where a dog is itchy and they're scratching and it's very difficult to know what causes it. But actually the best thing you can do for a dog in that situation is to help protect their skin barrier, which is to stop those environmental allergens from causing a problem on the skin, and actually help to almost thicken the skin and make it healthier, a healthy skin. And actually you're able to do that so much better with a plant-based diet, a natural plant-based diet, where you can introduce natural omega-3s, the purest form, which comes as algae, for example. You can introduce the purest phytonutrients that are found in colorful vegetables. They're found in berries. So actually, if your dog even has an environmental allergen, it's not an allergy to food, then absolutely a plant-based diet definitely will benefit your dog.
So Arille, Lisa's just said that dog mites is the problem. They've just found out. So just back to what you were saying, would a home-cooked diet be best then? A home-cooked plant-based diet be best for that, to avoid the dog mite situation?
Absolutely. So when we talk about dog mites, we're talking about house dust mites, we're talking about any form of mites that your dog is allergic to, as I say, which is the most common. But you also get something called storage mites. And it sounds terrible, what I'm about to say, but this happens in every single dry dog food that you get. They will carry storage mites, and these are tiny little mites that will actually burrow through the packaging, even if it's sealed, and live in the dog food. You can't see them, they're microscopic. Because dog foods are made to have such a long shelf life, that we think we're talking processed dry foods, whether it's meat-based or plant-based, they have to be packaged in a certain way, but also they're produced in a certain way, so that they last a long time. So there's always time for these storage mites to burrow into this packaging, whether it's in when they're being made, whether it's in their storage, or even whether it's in your house. The dry dog food will end up with storage mites, which makes dogs that are allergic to mites, the top environmental allergen, shouldn't be fed dry food. They should be fed either tinned or homemade food. If they only will eat dry food, then either freeze it to kill the storage mites, because they will react to the storage mites in the food. So there's no point going with this expensive medication that they're going to be given by your vet. Maybe some expensive dog food as well, which might be dry, and you still have a problem with the storage mites. So either you freeze the food or you feed wet food, or the best would be the homemade food, where you can choose your ingredients. Yeah,
brilliant.
So
there are options.
A couple of options, absolutely.
We have a few more comments and things as well here, Arille. So Lisa says, my dog has a slight heart murmur. Can a plant-based diet start to improve this, or is that just a condition you live with a monitor? Have you come across that at all, Arille?
Very much so. So dogs with heart conditions actually do really well on a plant-based diet as well, because what you can do is you can add in the extra nutrients needed to maintain the health of the heart, which is taurine and vitamin D3 and the omega-3s. Those are components that are so important to maintain the health of your dog's heart, plus keeping their weight down. Remember, plant-based diets, just like humans, doesn't work with me because I put weight on being on a plant-based diet, but normally with dogs, you've got this wonderful ability to feed so much more fiber, and you do watch their weight just drop off. So dogs with a heart murmur can't do a lot of exercise because they just don't have the energy to maintain their hearts. So actually, by feeding a lower calorie, high plant diet, you can keep their weight off, which keeps them healthier for longer.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We're going to leave it there today, and we'll probably do a few more of these this year, won't we, Arille?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much.
So thank you so much, Holly, as well.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Take care. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.